Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a CWS episode. I know it's been 3 fucking months since I've had a CWS episode. I'm very sorry about that. I needed a break. I needed to recharge the old batteries. Yes, there have been some wrestling on the show. There's been WrestleMania. We've done WrestleMania Backlash. But I haven't done a CWS episode in a little while, and I'm going to try and do these maybe once a week, maybe once a fortnight, just to give the batteries the old recharge. But we are back. We're going to be watching Starcade 1995. Now, I have double-checked the old booklet. I have not done Starcade 1995 before. So, let's give it a watch, because I've actually not seen this show before. So, let's get to our first contest and find out what's going on with Starcade 95. Okay, so we've got New Japan Pro Wrestling taking on WCW in a best of 7 series for the World Cup of Wrestling. This is going to be good. We've got Chris Benoit, we've got Eddie Guerrero, we've got Alex Wright, we've got Sting, we've got Masahiro Chono, we've got Jushin Thunder Liger, Benoit versus Liger. Sign me the fuck up for that match. Hell yeah. We've got a load of good wrestlers on this card tonight, so this could be very interesting. We don't normally see the World Cup of Wrestling, so let's not waste any more time. Get into our first contest, and also Dusty Rhodes, Tony Schiavone and Bobby Heenan are on commentary tonight. So, good 3-man team. I do like Dusty on commentary every now and again. Bobby Heenan's good on commentary, and Tony Schiavone's really good too. Especially in the early days of WCW, I'll say that. When he actually gave a damn in WCW, let's be honest. So, let's not waste any more time. Let's get to our first contest. So, we're in the first matchup. It's Chris Benoit versus Jushin Thunder Liger. I do like the contrasts between Bobby Heenan and Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes is still WCW, but he can also appreciate the Japanese wrestlers from New Japan who are very talented. Bobby Heenan's basically just like, yeah, Japan's going to win the World Cup of Wrestling because he's a heel and he's doing it like that. The story about how Sonny Ono brought in the New Japan wrestlers actually does go through Bobby Heenan as well, if you did not know that. On screen, it was there was negotiations between Bobby Heenan and Sonny Ono to bring the wrestlers over. I don't think it was for this show. I think it was for further down the line, but I could be wrong. I will double check during the match. But so far, I do like the commentary. Tony is playing devil's advocate as well, so he is on both sides. He is like, the Japanese wrestlers are good, but I'm WCW. So it's nice to see the 3 different contrasts. And again, this is when Tony Schiavone, let's be honest, actually gave a damn about WCW, not in the later years, like in 2000, 2001. So there's that too. So carry on with the match. So we just had Chris Benoit versus Jushin Thunder Liger in our opening contest of Starcade 1995. This is an entertaining matchup. I'm not going to lie. Very intriguing, very interesting clash of styles. Benoit is recently become a new horseman. He is in the team with Flair, I think Arn Anderson, Brian Pillman, and Chris Benoit, obviously. This is a fun matchup. It's entertaining. A little bit of a miscommunication with the ending, obviously. Jushin Thunder Liger tries to get the Hurricane Rana in. He kind of misses it just a little bit, but manages to still get him over in just enough time. Kevin Sullivan comes out. So this is around the Legion of Doom era as well, which is fucking annoying. But this is also around the time as well that Nancy and Benoit would be seeing each other, I believe. I think it's around 1995. 95, 96 is the time frame we're in around this time. So it's a bit awkward seeing Kevin Sullivan walking out to basically cost Benoit the match, even though Sullivan is WCW and Benoit is in the tournament for WCW, not the Horseman. So, bit stupid, but hey-ho. But yeah, this is a fun matchup. Jushin Thunder Liger gets a win with the Hurricane Rana into the 1-2-3. Entertaining matchup. Do I think this is the best opening match of the WCW shows I've seen? Second. I think it's definitely second there. And I still think WrestleMania 10 is the best opener I've seen so far, unless something else comes along and blows that out the water. But yeah, you know, great opening contest, really fun. These two would go on to face each other a couple more times. They have faced each other previously in New Japan for I think it was the Best of the Super Juniors that they had, and the tournament for the Cruiserweight title in WCW as well. Mean Gene Okerlund is interviewing Eddie Guerrero about his matchup coming up later tonight. So, let's not waste any more time and get to our next contest. Okay, so we're just watching Alex Wright versus Kamimoto in the second match of the Best of 7. I have to correct Tony Schiavone on something here. So, he just mentioned that last year's event, Starcade 94, Macho Man Randy Savage made his debut at Starcade. That is not 100% correct. The debut of the Macho Man was actually on WCW Saturday night. I think it was either the week or the day before the event itself, where Macho Man made his WCW debut. His in-ring debut was at Starcade. He didn't wrestle it, but he did show up at Starcade. But his actual WCW debut was at a WCW Saturday night taping. So, just to clear that one up. So, let's carry on with the match. So far, so good. So, we have just had Zaz Wonderkin, Alex Wright, taking on Kamimoto. Koji Kamimoto. Apologies about that. This was entertaining. This was a really fun matchup. It was a good second match. Alex Wright is really good. I keep forgetting just how good Alex Wright is in the ring. And, you know, Kamimoto is, well, Kamimoto. He's very entertaining. I believe this is my first time seeing Kamimoto. I could be wrong. Very impressive. He is the current IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion at this moment in time in 1995. He would go on to win the Best of the Super Juniors in... One second. He would go on to win the Best of the Super Juniors in 1998, 2002, and 2009. He would go on to win there. He would become a 5-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Wins the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions twice. Wins the Super J Tag Tournament with El Samurai in 2010. Yeah, he does look very, he does look like a very interesting wrestler. I may have to check him out a little bit more. Again, Bobby Heenan and Dusty Rhodes on commentary. Again, the two, Bobby Heenan going for NJPW, Dusty being WCW, Tony being in the middle. I do like that. It may get annoying at the end of the night, but it is still fun. So far it is 2-0 to New Japan Pro Wrestling. WCW need to get on the board before they carry on the losing streak. I don't know what our next matchup is going to be. So let's find out, chat. Let's find out. And we've got Mean Gene Okerlund talking to somebody. So let's find out who he is talking to before we jump into our next matchup. It might just be talking in general, I don't know. Talking about the hotline. God, Mark Madden was in WCW in 1995? God. I thought he was on the in like 2000, 2001. To be fair, fuck. Sonny Ono. It's Sonny Ono from New Japan Pro Wrestling. So, let's get to our next matchup. So we just had Masahiro Chono versus it's Generic Brittle. It's motherfucking Lex Luger. If anyone can get a point for WCW, it is Lexi. This was fun. It's a Lex Luger match. It's entertaining. Luger wins with the torture rack. It was good. So now our next matchup is going to be Johnny B. Bad versus Masasato. So, let's see how this one goes. Also, Johnny B. Bad is with the Diamond Doll, Kimberly, and obviously Sonny Ono's with the New Japan Pro Wrestling guys. So, let's get to this matchup. My god, this fucking over-the-top rule in 1995 in WCW. Fuck. So, we've just had Johnny B. Bad, who is the current TV champion, taking on Masa Saito. This was good until the fucking disqualification finish. Oh, man, this was getting very entertaining. It was good. Kimberly cuts a promo for the fans, very entertaining. Sonny Ono basically turns around, it's like, you know, women shouldn't be in the match. Fuck off. Again, he garnering heat for the Japanese wrestlers, which is fair, you know, it's a good way to do it. But this match was just getting good, and then the over-the-top rope rule comes into play. Thank God they fucking got rid of it later on. Thank fuck they did. But Johnny B. Bad is disqualified, so it's 2 apiece now. I should have seen the DQ come in, but really the over-the-top rule, fuck off. And now we have a promo for Starcade featuring the world title. We do have the world title match coming up later today. Macho Man Randy Savage is the champion. He will be facing the winner of a triple threat match that happens later on in the show. I believe it's Sting, Luger and Flair in that triple threat match. I could be wrong. So, speaking of which, we've got Luger now talking with Mean Gene Okerlund. So, let's get to our next matchup. So far, good job. So, we just had Eddie Guerrero versus Shitori Otani. This was an entertaining matchup. This was really good. High-flying, technical wrestling, map-based wrestling a little bit. This was fun. And then the fast count finish. What the fuck was that? That was a fast count if I've ever fucking seen one after a multitude of roll-ups. But this was fun. This was entertaining. Bar that finish. It was nice. Beautiful drop kicks by Otani. Eddie Guerrero is just fucking Eddie Guerrero. I like the contrast for the USA fans. They are cheering the WCW guys and are booing the NJPW guys. I mean, they are putting on a really good, they are putting on a good showing. I get why the fans are booing them, but this is really good. This is entertaining, and it's been possibly, this match is my favorite match of the best of 7 so far. I'm not gonna lie, we still have 2 more matches to go up, but will WCW do it? Will they win the next 2 matches? They have to if they want to win the series. So, ooh, that's going to be tough. It's Macho Man and Sting. Now, Macho Man is the WCW World Champion, so that's a foregone conclusion if he's up next. If it's in the tournament, if he's in the tournament. Sting is definitely in the tournament, so we'll see. So, let's not waste any more time. We have a Macho Man promo, and then let's get to our next matchup. So we just had Tenzai, Hiroshi Tenzan taking on the Macho Man Randy Savage. Bit of a surprising one because Macho Man didn't get that big of a pop. Eddie Guerrero actually got a bigger pop than fucking Macho Man. That's surprising. This was a good, entertaining matchup. It was really fun. It was a good matchup. It was a foregone conclusion. Macho Man was not going to lose this matchup. He is the world champion. He is going to be tying up the score 3-3, and that is exactly what happens. So Macho Man wins with the elbow. It's 3-3. Sting, it all lies on Sting to basically win this matchup now. So with that being said, this is going to be our final matchup in the best of 7 series. It is Sting taking on the Kensuke Sasaki of NJPW. So this could be a good matchup, but so far, out of all 6 matches we've seen, the Eddie Guerrero match is one of my favourite matches of the night so far. So let's get to our final match up for best of 7. So we just had Sting versus Sasaki. There we go. Kensuke Sasaki in the final match of the World Cup of Wrestling. This was fun. This was a fun little matchup. Scorpion Deathlock gets the win for Sting in a pretty quick match. I think it was like 3 minutes or something like that. 6 minutes. My apologies. 6 minutes. But this was a fun little matchup. In the end, WCW win 4-3. But there were times where WCW were looking like they could lose. So, yeah. this was fun though. This was a fun little matchup. It's again a good idea to have. It just needs to be executed a little bit better. But again, as an idea for Starcade, it's good. I liked it. Favorite match of the tournament of this best of 7 series, probably Otani versus Eddie. Otani versus Guerrero. That was my favorite. It would have been Johnny B. Bad versus Masasato if that didn't end in DQ, because that would have been a really fun matchup. So next up, it is Flair versus Sting versus Luger in the triple threat match to determine who will go on to face the Randy Savage for the WCW Championship. So let's get to that one. Also, in two dot matches, Diamond Dallas Page defeated Dave Sullivan, and the American males of Marcus Alexander Bagwell and Scotty Ritz defeated the Blue Bloods, Lord Steven Regal and Earl Robert Eaton. So there you go. It's also Kensuke Sasaki, who also had the US title. It was the US title, not the. I think I said the TV title. So for that one, I do apologize on. So let's get to the triple threat match. So we just had Flair versus Luger versus Sting in our semi-main event. A bit of a weird triple threat match. 2 people would be in the ring, whilst 1 person would be on the rope, on the side, and you have to tag in and out. Bit weird, but again, this is a Luger Sting Flair match, so it's pretty okay. It's good. It's entertaining. Luger being in the match is funny. Sting and Luger are fighting, obviously. Referee gets taken out, then Flair basically just launches Sting and Luger over the top rope, and it's win by count out, which is a rare win for Flair. But now it's going to be Flair versus Macho Man for the WCW Championship. So let's just get to that main event, Flair versus Macho Man. So we just had Ric Flair versus Randy Savage for the world title. This was an entertaining match. It's Flair versus Savage. We've seen it multiple times before, but this was fun. I'm not gonna lie, it was entertaining. Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff, walks out and watches the match a little bit before walking back to the ring. Typical shenanigans involving Flair and the Horsemen. This is Flair, Anderson on Benoit and Pillman, as I said earlier. But yeah, this is a fun matchup. The Horseman doesn't get involved until the end of the match, where basically it's just Benoit and Brian Pillman, there we fucking go, Pete, run into the ring, and then they basically get beaten up by Macho Man. Arn comes out, hits him with brass knuckles that don't look like brass knuckles, but we call them brass knuckles anyway. Shout out Wrestling Bios for that one. I have to say that one over time now. And basically, Flair wins after the 1, 2, 3, and Brian Pillman grabs the belt, the WCW belt, and just starts whacking Randy Savage with it. What the fuck, Pillman? Just fuck you. Fuck you, Pillman. At the same time, fuck you. But he is, again, he's a Horseman. He's being a Macho Man and all that jazz. So it's just one of those things where it's like, do you really think it's real or not? But again, it's what it is that. But this was fun. It was entertaining. As I said earlier, One Man Gang versus who is it again? Fuck's sake. Kensuke Sasaki is our last start match of the night for the WCW US belt. And I explained that one earlier. So again, what did I think of Starcade 1995? Entertaining matchup. I'm actually not gonna lie, I really enjoyed it. As a first time watcher of the show, the idea of the World Cup of Wrestling is very interesting. I think it was a really good idea. The show was good. I don't think there was only one bad match on the card, but that was due to the over-the-top rope rule for WCW, and that was the Johnny B. Bad versus Masasato match. But bar that, the rest of the matches have been really good. My favourite match of the night, probably it's the Otami versus Guerrero match, with, I can't believe I'm about to say this, Jushin Thunder Liger versus Chris Benoit coming in a close second, Kamimoto and Alex Wright third, Lex Luger versus Chono 4th. Holy shit, I actually did enjoy that matchup for however long it went. It went 6 minutes, but fucking hell, it was good. And, you know, the Savage, Sting, Savage and Sting, those two matches were good as well. Flair versus Sting and Luger was okay. World title match was great too. This is a fun show. If you haven't already, check it out. I think it's on Daily Motion. If it is on Daily Motion, I will see if I can get a link to it. But it's on the network. If you have a network, check it out. It's a good 2-hour watch. I watched it in one sitting. It's really fun. So with that being said, I will see you either next week or in 2 weeks' time for the next episode of the CWS. I have no idea where we're going to go. Actually, I think we're going to stay in WCW. I have an idea. So with that being said, we're staying in WCW, as I said, so I will see you either next week or in 2 weeks' time for the next episode of the Classic Wrestling Series. So with that, TTFN. Ta-ta. For now.